It's not even that bad. I'm fine. I'm getting nothing. This is easy. I can do this all day.
What's my safe word again?
Play Jenga.
What's my safe
Play
word?
Jenga. Get in the game.
I think it helps if you flex. He's such an amazing person. Deeply profound wisdom, this sort of grace and humility, which is sort of has an angelic quality to it. He's fascinating, you know, has suffered to such an extent, but has such honest truth and offerings and perspective around it, and doesn't shy away from the admittance of the struggle and how challenging it was, and even to this day still is. But he's clearly able to sort of identify and accept the ebb and flow of the good days and bad days, and has had a much better perspective around pain and suffering than, you know, he said if he hadn't experienced that, he may not have at this point of his life. And for him to sort of to share that and be so generous with that experience and his life and what he's been through was incredibly selfless and generous. I love just being in his space, you know. He's a fascinating individual, special man.
Two people can experience the same injury or the same illness or the same insult, the same stimulus, and have wildly different experiences. You know, I used to just sort of assume the differences in how people responded to something painful had more to do with whether they were trying to make a show of it or were stoic. Basically, that I was sort of projecting that there was some sort of character issue at play for how people handled pain, which, you know, I'm a little embarrassed to say that, especially as a physician now and having been a patient myself, because that's just a really importantly untrue and unkind. So we end up accidentally or otherwise judging people in their response to pain, again, as though it has something to do with their character. We finally understand, at least from a physiological point of view, what was sort of obvious all along, that pain is an experience, and it depends on how you're wired, it depends on your history, it depends on who's around you, etc. So I'm much kinder around my own and other people's responses to pain now that I understand it better. We do think of our response to pain in terms of strength or weakness, etc. It just gets into the details of how. So yes, this is a subjective response. All pain is real. So what might hurt you or what might hurt me might not hurt you, etc. Or might not register as hurting. And so there are probably many things in this life that a lot of experiences in life that we accidentally project ourselves into another person's experience and misjudge what's going on there. There is the stimulus, but beyond that, the rest is very different. Again, it has to do with your wiring. And then once it's up and the signal is up in your brain, it has to do with, well, maybe you've been pricked by that thorn before, and so maybe you're a little bit used to it, or maybe you know to not worry about it, and that can dampen the experience of pain. Or maybe you're in a terrible mood and you've been up all night and hadn't slept well because of whatever, and that will almost certainly heighten the experience of pain. I notice this myself. Sometimes if I trip and fall, and if no one's around to see it, I have one experience. If someone's around and there's sort of embarrassment or something else going on, that's a wholly different experience. So you can do these experiments by yourself, just with different stimuli, and just note your own history with various incidents and see how it differs one moment to the next. So again, break down, there's the physiology, the sort of the wiring of it. There's your past history. There's cultural influences. There's your emotional state. There's sleep. There's the meaning-making apparatus, the narrative that we put around pain, what we think it means. Does it mean? These are all variables that will affect the experience of pain, one person to the next, one moment to the next.
We're going to see how laughter affects his pain experience.
It's not even that bad. I'm fine. This is nothing. I'm getting nothing. This is easy. I can do this all day.
What's my safe word
Play
again?
Jenga.
What's my safe
Play
word?
Jenga. Get in the game.
I think it helps if you flex. It's one of the most painful games of Jenga I've ever played, but also the funniest.
Keep going, Chris. You can do this. Look at me. Look at my eyes. Say Jenga.
Painful laughter. It's a sort of mashup of emotions.
I'm not quitting. I will not
Keep
quit.
going. Okay, it's starting to really hurt now. Now I'm getting it.
All the while, the dial is being turned up.
No, I'm not quitting. I will not
Keep
quit.
going. It's too much now. This is dangerous level. I'm out.
And for some reason, I'm having a much better time dealing with the pain in this space than I did on my own.
You guys want to hear your results?
Yeah.
Jenga, in other words, social, you boys being together and laughing and everything you were just doing, completely radically changed your number. Chris, you went to 15. The social cue for you is huge. It's a big one, which isn't surprising. I mean, look at you guys. So,
If you had have told me I was going to get to number 15 when I was tapping out at number 3, I would have said there's no way. Our bodies can make their own painkillers, hormones called endorphins, and these can help block pain signals before they reach the brain.
Crank with the 15 and put it down. Go!
We can boost our endorphin release through laughter, music, and exercise,
My back's
I don't know
cramping.
which one's controlling which.
turning down the pain dial even more.
Oh, well, boy, I mean, I think the big one there is the power of sort of social support. I mean, you could just chalk it up as distraction, but I think it's more than that. I mean, I think really what was happening there was humor. And if you can find your way humor, I think most of us know just affects our experience. And if we can make fun of something in the best way, I see this even in around death, big emotional pain, huge loss, and just a moment of levity and lightness can really alter that experience. And I think the Jenga experiment was particularly helpful to see the effect of humor, and also the social impact. We're social animals, and we can share pain, and we can draw strength and support from people around us. And it can go the other way. We can draw scorn and shame and embarrassment from other people around us. And so for everything that dials down the pain, there are other ways it can dial it up. It goes both directions. But so the Jenga was primarily to reveal and see just what a social creature Chris in particular was, and how dramatically his pain threshold was affected by virtue of socializing it with his good friends. So I think a meta message there, among others, might simply be, don't suffer in silence unless you have to. You know, share it, talk about it with others, draw strength from your friends. Pain is also a social construct, and you can use the support of others to make you feel better, for sure. To flesh out or round out our understanding of pain, this very normal human event, and if we can sort of understand it better, well, then it can feel like less of a threat, and we might be able to navigate it better, because pain really is inevitable. If you're on this planet for more than a few hours, you will find your way to pain one way or another. And the idea here is for us to share a deeper understanding of pain, so it's less of a threat and more of something that we learn how to tolerate and maneuver through as a normal piece of life. And I think within that message is also true, like we've talked, that is a very subjective experience. So be very careful of how you judge yourself and others around pain. All pain is real. Some of it's emotional in nature, or existential in nature, or more physiologic or physical in nature, but they're all real. So if you find yourself judging and wondering if someone's faking it, etc., be kinder. And be kinder to yourself. This is not a matter of strength and weakness. It's not so much in our control, but if we understand it, then we have a better chance of sort of surfing the pain, not preventing it from our lives altogether, but working with it rather than being bowled over by it.